tonight, parts of Ireland and the UK are being hit by one of the most dangerous storms on record, with 500,000 people already without power. Red warnings have been issued for parts of Northern Ireland, with storm Éowyn already producing a record wind gust of 183 kilometres per hour. The storm is bringing the country to a standstill, with airports, schools, public transport and offices closed, and residents told to avoid travel. These are just some of the pictures that are emerging.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Castlebar, Ireland. Let's see, last week on Friday, we apparently had one of the worst storms in Ireland's history. I believe it broke the record for wind gusts. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but what a trip. A bunch of downed trees everywhere. I know that probably half the country of Ireland does not have power at the moment, but we are here. It's a nice gloomy day here. Just going to do some shopping, so I gotta follow my GPS directions. Traffic is resuming as usual, but come along with me for today's adventures. We'll see how Ireland is. There's a view of the train station. We'll be taking this to Dublin at the end of our journey. Back to Spain, back to the United States. But currently, Ireland's pretty interesting. We got it's very green here. Of course, as you would expect, it's kind of like the Pacific Northwest in the American states. Pretty gloomy, rainy weather. We have had some sunny days, but they are far and few between. But something that definitely interests me about Ireland is how damp and moist it is. Like, you got a bunch of moss, a bunch of algae growing all over the buildings, all over the roof, all over the sidewalk, because it never dries here. Interesting. That window is destroyed from the storm. A lot of people didn't get so lucky with some of their roofs being torn off. It was a crazy storm. It hit us probably around midnight. We lost power, I'd say about 6 o'clock in the morning. And luckily in the towns, instead of being in a rural area, the power was restored pretty quickly. I believe we got power about 4 or 5 hours later. So I actually was able to get me a nice hot breakfast. But a lot of people aren't so lucky. I know the electrical crews are hard at work trying to restore the power to the rest of the rural areas, because they're still without power. The small town of Castlebar, Ireland. What an interesting place. I'd show you guys a lot more, but to be frank with you, there's really not much interesting stuff in this town, but I'm sure I'll take a trip somewhere and I'll be able to show you guys some cool things to see. There's some cool things here. If you're an American, you don't see the infrastructure, how different it is out here. Like, you do get to see some old churches that were built back in the day, the castle style. I believe they're cleaning up all this fallen debris. That one storm was no joke. Jeez. This is pretty insane. There's one of those cool buildings I was talking about. See, I believe that's an old church or something. I'm trying to navigate my way through these branches. But that windstorm definitely took a toll on things over here. What I have beside me, what appears to be an old cemetery. A bunch of trees got knocked out in the process. They're trying to do what they can to slowly clean up the place. Of course, there's just debris everywhere. But I'm headed to, I believe it's Aldi, because I have some, it's not necessarily coupons, but something they do here that they don't do in America, which America should get on, is recycling your plastic bottles at the store, and you get a credit voucher for that deposit, and then you could in turn just go shopping with them. So I was told by one of the locals, and you can see it whenever you purchase anything that has a plastic bottle or aluminum from the grocery stores, is that they will automatically add that to your receipt. So essentially you're just getting your money back if you recycle. I just got my little voucher. You take this and go into the store and redeem it at the checkout. They can either give you cash for it or just take it off of your whatever your purchase is. One thing I do want to mention is that wherever you do decide to recycle, your vouchers can only be used at that store. So I'm at Aldi, so only this can be used here at this store. Check this building out. All the old churches here. Yeah, the buildings are pretty old here, but nonetheless they're pretty cool. Adds to the history. The old church. I know this is a little different from the food vlogs I was doing in Spain, but to be honest, the food here I'm not really impressed by. I can only say I've been to one restaurant where the food actually was really good, and that was, I believe, Almaretto. It was an Italian restaurant. I believe I had some chicken and mushroom risotto, which I'm a big risotto guy, so I definitely hit the spot. But other than that, I've been to, say, another 3 or 4 restaurants, but it was all right. Nothing really like blew my mind here. So I definitely recommend cooking your own food when you can, unless you might know some other hidden local gems, but I haven't been too impressed. What's up, you guys? We're here live from the kitchen. Like I explained earlier, there's not too much good food around here unless you make it yourself. So here we are in the kitchen, got a little Mediterranean salad going on here with cucumbers, tomatoes, mixed salad, and it looks like feta cheese crumbles. It's called Greek cheese. I don't know exactly the cheese. We'll throw some Caesar dressing in there. Over here we got some already marinated garlic and herb salmon, which is going to be delicious. Got some potatoes and carrots boiling. It'll be a good meal. So, change of plans. I decided that boiling carrots and boiling potatoes was going to be kind of boring, so I took them out of their parboiled stage, chopped them up. Here we fried them up with some olive oil, some salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, and onion powder. Just give a little tang twist to it, if you will. What do you guys think? Does that look good? Should be better than boring boiled potatoes, because I wanted some texture. Alrighty, here is the finished product. Got a little slice of salmon right there. Those potatoes turned out beautiful. Let's eat. Yo, good morning, you guys. We are about to make some breakfast this morning. We got some back bacon, sausages, baked beans, eggs, and some white bread. Only thing missing from the picture here for classic Irish breakfast is the white or black pudding. It's all right. I'm not too big of a fan, but let's get in it. Start by cooking up some of this back bacon. Stuff's so much better than the bacon we have back home in America. It's like 90% meat, 10% fat. Give this some nice flips. And then slams. These are looking about done. Next up, the sausages. Now for the baked beans, I'm just gonna microwave these. Something that's a little different about these beans versus like the baked beans you get in America is that they're not just loaded with sugar. This one's actually on like a tomato sauce, so the acidity cuts down on the sweetness. Well, there you guys have it. Classic Irish breakfast done by me. Can't forget some of your peri peri hot sauce for them eggs. We are here at Westport Woodfire Pizza and we just got our pizzas. Look at this. It's delicious. Looking at that crust. We are currently at the Crow Patrick. The hiking trail is continued that way, but we are not hiking today because the weather is not in our favor. But it is my last 24 hours here in Ireland. I just came to get some quick views. Check this out. Pretty view up here. Of Mulroney, I believe. Just stopping by to see some sights around here. Check out these sand plains. Shows you how, I guess, the beaches and the dunes here were formed. Mulroney. These are some epic views, especially with the storm rolling in. Of course, it's Ireland, so you got that light rain. All in all, it's a pretty cool adventure. Seeing different parts of Ireland on my last 24 hours here. Be headed to Dublin tomorrow, to Madrid, and back to the States.